All right. So I got multiple cameras set up for today. I got the going out the front. I've got me and Dottie. Oh, and this is the simple little thing that I am returning. I think it's about $10 or $15 if I remember right. It's not much, but I need to return it. And it is warm out. It's going to be maybe close to 80 degrees today. Imagine that. It's definitely in the 70s. I'm in a t-shirt. Dottie right now is panting a little bit because she's got some sun on her there, but the AC is going to come through just fine in a minute here. We'll turn up the. That's not too much of a bother for you in terms of. So Dottie, can we see Dottie in the screen there? There she is. I think. So I'm sorry, the screen that I can see to monitor what we're doing here is really tiny. So it's hard for me to see Dottie at all. And it's probably tiny for you too, because this is gonna, as soon as we get going here, um, this is gonna be in the lower right-hand corner because everyone wants to see where I'm driving. That's the priority. I get it. I do. And here we are on what did I say today was? I said it before, I'll say it again though. It's the 19th of December 20. There's some people relaxing by their camper van, looking out over the mountains. What do you do? What's there to do in Quartzsite? Well, you sit outside your rig looking at the mountains. That's something. Talking to your campmate or campmates. So we're coming up on Christmas. Today's Thursday. Christmas is middle of next week. How exciting is that? And let me tell you, after Christmas, they'll really start rolling in here. You think there are a lot of rigs out here now? This is nothing compared to what you're going to see. It's already cold. Turn down that a little bit. It's nothing compared to what you're going to see after Christmas. That certainly, I'd say that Friday and Saturday, that weekend after Christmas, over New Year's, gonna be a steady inflow of people that will peak, I think, right at the big tent show, and we'll start moving out after the last day of the big tent show, which will be towards the end of January. So January, big month here. And we're out to the main road here. And to me, it looks a little bit more crowded than the last time we were through, just a couple days ago. And boy, does the mountains just look gorgeous today. I mean, here's the thing about the desert is the lighting changes the landscape and changes what you're looking at in subtle and sometimes dramatic ways. And today, those mountains look pretty extraordinary. Look at all the people rolling in, rolling. Lots of people on e-bikes. I've got one. It's a popular way to travel, but I've only ridden my e-bike once at a time. You go right across here where that trailer's going, go straight back there, and then there's a road Old Yuma Road. It's not marked, but it's a road that runs north and south. And you're running parallel to this road as we're driving now, but it's probably close to a quarter of a mile in. So you're running parallel, you're nowhere near traffic, and you can drive all the way in on your e-bike through both LTVAs on the west side of the road here, and it'll take you right up to the big tent, right up there. A lot of people, when they come here and they want to camp and they just want the big tent and all the things around big tent, Tyson Wells, they'll camp up here at the LTVA La Posa West, which is on the left-hand side up here. And you can camp up pretty close to the line, to the end of the LTVA, right up almost, a stone's throw away from the big tent, Tyson's Well. A lot of people do that. So you can just walk in, don't have to worry about parking, just saunter in every day you want to do it. And there are plenty of things to do. I mean, the big tent, it can take you days to go through it. I usually go and film every single day. I interview vendors, the things that interest me, and I'll go every day. It's that big, and there's that much to do, and I don't even come close to doing all the things there are to do just at the big tent. Then if you add to that all the other vendors in Tyson Wells, you can't possibly get to all of it. And here we come up to Quartzsite, and the iconic Quartzsite sign, which is on the right here, which is in several places entering into Quartzsite. The Quartzsite sign with the camels and the pyramid. So here's the order of things that we're going to do. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the library and see if we can print out that label. I'll show you where the library is. There's free internet at the library. I'll even hook up to that and test it for you. You can you don't have to go in. There's no special passwords or anything. There may be now. I'll find out real quick. But generally, there's not a password. You can drive into the parking lot and access the you don't even have to go in. You can access it from your rig. Another good internet spot, and I haven't verified it this year. I don't know why I didn't. It just didn't occur to me. But this is at Carl Jr.'s. They were among one of the first businesses anywhere, really, that I was aware of that got Starlink. They had Starlink internet there at Carl's Jr. And somebody asked in one of the Facebook groups, where can I get free internet? And I put that. A lot of people liked it, and no one came back and said it's no good anymore, so I assume it's probably still good. So we'll make a right here on Main Street. Okay, we're on 95, or it's called Central Boulevard. And it's going to turn red here, so we're going to come to a full stop. There is right on. I'm pretty sure there's right on red after stop in Arizona. If there's not, I'll find out the hard way. Always assumed there was. So we're going to go all the way down here. We got the Roadrunner Market on the left. We got the Main Street Laundromat, two places on the right, two places I go quite often. Then up here a little further is the second general grocery market here called the Coyote Fresh Marketplace, Coyote Fresh Market. And the Family Dollar's next to that. You can see on the left there. Then this is the landmark. You're looking to slow down because right after Family Dollar is the in-storage unit, then the Discount Solar. Right after at the Discount Solar here, just before you get there, you're going to want to make a left onto Plymouth Street right here. So right before you get to discount solar. I'll probably go through discount solar. You know, I did a one on Solar Bill. Solar Bill's much more willing to talk and do an interview, and they weren't so much interested in being on camera at Discount Solar. But I've done business with both of them, and they're both excellent, excellent businesses to do for solar. So I recommend both of them. Everett's Towing is on the right here. Now, the library will be on the right. Do I remember exactly where it is? Heck no. So I'm going to go slow and be vigilant here. Nice little bike path here. We're going past Sunset Drive. The police department is on the right. You can see, I see officers out there getting into their vehicles. I believe it's up here on the right. Nice bike path here. Very good bike path. And this is the library. Go right at the stop sign here on East Quail Trail. This is how you get into the library. And your next right, put you right in the parking lot. Right where you want to be. Are. So sadly, I lost all the audio on this whole thing. So I'm going to try to use my memory to talk about my experience, my wonderful experience here in the Quartzsite Public Library. This is also a municipal center. I did want to make sure he didn't need any extra help, and he certainly did not. Very nice man. And that looks straight ahead as I think where they have the town council meetings. And you go first right here, and then your next right is the library. And I'm trying to get to that free Wi-Fi that's advertised here. And spoiler alert, I never got connected to it. I decided not to spend too much extra time on it. But there is free Wi-Fi here. And I've used it many times. So you're just actually watching me stand there trying to get it going. And not so much. So I think here is where I kind of give up on that. I'm hoping. You know, I'm kind of a geek, so I probably went too long with it. So here I went up and well, let's wait till it happens so I'm not wrong. I asked her about printing things off, and she said, yes, absolutely. And I said, I have a thumb drive, and she says, perfect. Then she says, well, I was telling her I was recording, and I put her off camera, but her voice was on camera, but it doesn't matter because there's no voice. But she was a really nice lady, was supportive of me recording there, and basically said you can go to any one of the computers, put it in your thumb drive, and print. Just hit print. So, and she kept saying there are lots of computers, and there sure are. So if you don't even have a computer, you can just come in here and use one. It's all connected to the internet. So I sat at this one. I put my thumb drive in. It popped right up. Automatically it popped up. It opened and everything. I tapped on the file. There was only one file on there. There it is. And I hit print. And I was a little stunned because it was just so easy and so quick. I just went and I made sure that everything was set correctly. I mean, trust me, I could have been out of there in that first second, but I was kind of making sure it would only print one page. I didn't want to print more pages than I needed, so I was ensuring unnecessarily that I only printed one page. You know what? There was only one page to print. Hello. So I took my thumb drive out. And I went back to the front counter. And I didn't even ask how much it was. I'm sure it's like 25 cents or 10 cents, something like that. But I used to give the Moon Mountain people $1, so I was going to give them $1. I'm telling her I hit the print button. I put it down because I didn't feel like she wanted her face on camera. So, but she was good with having her voice. But like I said, I screwed up. There's no voice. And I got to say, I made this mistake more than once where I accidentally, as I'm handling the camera, she's nicely asking me if I need scissors. And I said, no, I'll just fold it. I'll be good with folding it. Thank you. Anyway, handling the camera, I put it into what is called slow motion mode. In slow motion mode, it really slows everything down, and you can't have audio with that, so it doesn't record the audio. So I can take the slow motion and put it in the editing software and speed it up by 4 times. It's slow-mo is a quarter speed. I speed it up times 4, and I get normal motion, but there's no audio. Now you notice there's a couple of scenes, like mostly in the dollar store, where there is audio on this camera, but it's really not from the camera. It's because I left the other camera running inside the car on Dottie, so I just, in the Bluetooth, reached mostly from inside the store out to the car, so I was able to just sync up that audio, so that worked. And because you're not seeing my face, it doesn't need to be perfectly synced because you're not seeing my lips move. You're not seeing my face. But here I am finishing folding up that label. Coming closer and closer to the car. I'm probably saying a lot of stuff. I don't remember any of it. So now I'm putting this camera okay. The internal face, me, I'm showing here. Let me show you. I had to fold it up because I could cut it with my knife, but folding it will work. That's my my label to return to Amazon. People say, you shouldn't show that personal information on there. It's my name and my address. I don't even think it has my address. Even if it did, it doesn't. It's got my name. Yeah, and it's got my address here. And everyone knows what my address is here. Moon Mountain Mail. And oh my gosh, they have your box number, your private box number. Well, the last time I was there, they not only checked for my picture ID, they checked it twice. The person that checked me in and the person that handed me my package. So I'm in no danger of people picking up my packages. It's okay. So we will stop here at Family Dollar and see if they have something I can use to pack this up. And then if they do, I will do some packaging magic here in the front seat. Then we'll go by Moon Mountain Mail and we will mail it and pick up my packages. And then we're going to go by, are we? I'm thinking. You know what I think I want to do? Is I want to go by the Mexican place in Tyson Wells, and I want to buy a meal that maybe part of it actually I'm not hungry, but so I'll have half of it for dinner tonight and maybe the other half for breakfast or lunch tomorrow. That's what we're gonna do. And I was thinking about going to Coyote, but I don't need to do that today. So here we are back at Main Street, and it's going to be a quick right into the Family Dollar. Now, we did find out that Dollar General does not allow filming per corporate, but Family Dollar is a separate corporation, and there's been no such warnings from them about filming, so we're going to go ahead and feel like we can film in there as we have for years. And not too many people here. I expected it to be a little busier, longer line, but not today. Lots of room in the parking lot. So I will return, and actually you can watch Dottie while I'm gone. I'll just leave that running. How's that? You're probably thinking, Rob, where'd you go? You need to take the other camera with you. Okay, I got it now. I'm good. Okay. Now I've got what I need. Stationery school supplies. Look at all the stuff they have here. This is pretty big, but you know what? It's padded. It'll do. It's the only size they have. Let's take a quick peek in the frozen food section.
Don't tell anybody you don't have Dottie. Don't tell anybody you don't have Dottie.
Dottie's in the car. She's out front. Good. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Nice.
Are you on camera? Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that. Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can always find you in one of the stores.
I know I'm here a lot, aren't I?
Yeah. I was thinking about you the other day when you said you were buying ice cream, and you said you're type 2 diabetic, and you eat ice cream.
Well, yeah,
My
just
husband can't eat ice cream because he's diabetic.
Well, you know, the medication that I'm taking does really well. I
take
do that.
metformin?
No, I don't. I take the injectable, the GLP-1.
Oh, gotcha.
It's like Ozempic. I'm sure you've heard of that,
Yeah,
and it keeps it under control. But I don't eat much ice cream. I eat a little bit. I'm careful.
Yeah. I was like, my husband was like, I want ice cream and I can't have ice cream. Oh, sorry, excuse me.
Just tell them I don't eat much ice cream. Thank you. All right, dumplings. Those look good. And you know, I love these things. Love these things. All right, we'll get those. All right. Another one of these. So I'm gonna have to do some editing because I realize I flipped my card over and I certainly. Oh, you saw it? She found Dottie. There's Dottie.
Hi, Dottie girl. She just hangs out so pretty.
Yeah. I mean, I leave the car running with the air conditioning going. People worry about that.
Automatic starts are great, so is an extra key.
Hey, you need to put this back on. All right. So now we have some stuff to do. So we want to put this on there. So we have a little little knife thing here. So let's okay. That didn't work. Well, it worked a little bit. I got a little square where I can get this thing started. But we're going to need to do better than that. Sometimes it's hard to figure out where you left off, so you gotta make a slice like that. So here we are. Here we're gonna go. I want you to see everything real time. So you know everything takes time. You gotta be patient. We're about to see a cute little dog in that white car. It's about to come into camera range. Look at that cutie. Very quiet. Look at that. All right, it's 2:20. We're doing good. We're doing real good. Turn our headlights on for safety. We're gonna head to Moon Mountain Mail. Moon Mountain. So that's the first rave review I've heard of the Chinese restaurant in Tyson Wells. So I'm going to have to check that out. Again, we got the Roadrunner Market again to the right here. A big family on the sidewalk. Look at all those kids. Then Taco Mio is a Mexican restaurant. I've had good meals there. And we're going through the big intersection of 95 and Main Street. 95 is also Central Boulevard. You got to the right here that you can't see very well. So the post office is right there. And kind of a flea market to the right here. Lots of tents and vendors and all kinds of things. You could kill a couple hours there going through all the things for sale. There's Tyson Mobile Home and RV Park and Hassler's RV Park right next to each other. Two kind of mainstay RV parks here in Quartzsite. If you were planning on coming here for the big tent and thinking you can get a reservation for an RV park, thinking, hey, you said they were over 50, chances are no, you're not going to get a spot. They're all going to be booked up, probably. I'm saying don't try. I'm saying don't be disappointed if you can't get one, because they get pretty booked up from about the middle of January to the closing of the RV show. Here's Moon Mountain Mail, and here is that structure that's being built back there that no one seems to know what it is. They're working hard on it. Hard to tell what it might be. Again, if anyone knows, put the answer in the comments. Solve the mystery. And we need to find a place to park. How are we doing with that? I hesitate to park right in front of their rig, even though I'm sure it's not really going anywhere. I think I can get in right here. Yeah, there's a one space available on the end. Dottie, what do you think of that? All right. We will be right back, and we'll do Dottie Cam. Remember the camera this time. Okay, is that good? All right. This is very strange. This is very, very strange. We'll have to see what the heck is in this big box. It can't be. What could it possibly? I'm just. Oh, I know what this is. These are the shades. I completely forgot. These are the shades. Okay, I got it. So, and this is a lanyard. Now I'm not confused. right. All right, so to Tyson Wells. And I would tell you the name of this Mexican place we're going to, but my memory is failing me, but we'll certainly see it when we walk up. So, good lesson for me is I got the notice for, I know there were 2 packages being delivered today, and I got the notice, but I should have been looking for 2 notices. So I went in and expecting 3 packages, there were only 2. I was questioning that, and then when I checked my records, I found out even though 2 of the 3 packages were delivered on the same truck at the same time, signed by the same person, one of them was not. Was not, I guess, not scanned in to notify me, so I'll have to be a little patient with that. And here we are, and we probably can maybe get a parking space down by the game store. We'll see. I'm gonna guess, or there could be one right here. Holy crap, there is one right here. All right, we're gonna take this one right in front of my favorite store, the kitchen store. No kidding. Wow. All right. So I'm going to leave you with Dottie cam going, and I will be back. So we're going to go across the street to where the game store is, and the restaurant will be right around the corner here. So this is the point where I lost the audio, so I'm going to do the voiceover here. We're walking in past the game store, and it's going to be up here on the left. And I'm about to rediscover the name. It's not a hard name to remember. It's there, right there on the left, and it's called Gringo's. And it looks like just a trailer, but I'll show you. It's a sit-down restaurant here, in a tent, but it's still a sit-down restaurant. And there it is. And you have on the left, there's the menu for the day after 11 to 6, and the menu on the right is the breakfast menu. So I am deciding to get quesadilla with beef. I believe it was $13 plus tip. They're always very nice to me in here. Here, I think in a minute here, I'm going to try to give you a better look at the menu. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So you can see what's available here. They've got, tacos for as little as I think $3 a piece. That's not far off what, we were paying in Mexico just the other day. Then you got the more expensive things. They have a burrito here that feeds 5 people. You probably saw it there in the menu. I can't remember doing the voiceover what the cost on that was. Tortilla, and you fill it with stuff and you crease it. I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, that's actually an empanada, correct? The language doesn't matter. I like eating stuff with tortillas, and I like the idea of crimping it like that. So, stuff doesn't spill. Also, what you can do is if you crimp it, I can put it on my little stovetop toaster thing and toast the outside. So we're going to be playing around with that for sure. I think I have at least 2 or 3. And I just realized something. I was forced to buy tortillas that are way too big. I think I can probably crimp a tortilla and then the big one, and then just tear off the excess. I might be able to get 2 out of it. I doubt it, but maybe I can get 2 out of one big tortilla. We'll see. I think this may solve a couple of problems. Little piece of plastic. Here's the thing about this guy that runs the K&K Kitchen Supply where I was. He has really twin objectives merchandising. He wants to be a low price. He wants to be known as a low price point guy. As you can see, $3. When I buy something here, the average price I pay is probably $2 to $3. And the dual requirement is that it be what am I saying? That it be high quality. So I asked him, I was looking for something he had the year before, and he said, you know what, Rob, I couldn't get that because the price was too high. And I asked for something else that he didn't carry, and he said, I don't carry those because everyone that I checked out didn't meet the quality standards. So I really admire that in this business here. So not only are you paying a low price, but you've got somebody saying, I'm not going to put it out here unless I think the quality is there. So, bravo. It really does a really good job. I'm proud to be a customer. So we went to Gringo's today. We went to Family Dollar. We went to the library. Wow. We did a lot of stuff. And we're going back to Moon Mountain. And I don't think I'm going to film inside of Moon Mountain because I've already been there once. You don't need to see the inside of Moon Mountain again. All right, we will go back to Dottie cam, and I will be right back. My missing package, I got a notice just as I drove away.
Ah, damn.
It's all right. It's not your
I'm glad
fault.
you got it.
Yeah,
You know, most people, they're not missing until they're missing. Like, they have to be, like, days.
Oh, I was like, I'll just come back Monday. And they,
Non-member?
no, 1038.
1038.
1038. Yeah,
And there it is.
I've never had you guys lose a package once.
Knock on wood, please. Alrighty, we'll call your number out.
Okay. Oh, I am going to show you what's in this package. It's mildly interesting. I didn't unlock the tailgate. When I do that, it just helps me get my steps in, right, Dottie? All right. Okay, so there are two things in here. And the one that's not so exciting, but is critical, is this gas stop device. And this is, you put on your propane tank. So if there's any catastrophic release of propane, like the line bursts or a out of control propane fire happens, then it'll automatically shut off the propane. If you doubt me, I have a video on this where a guy did a testing the built-in safety features that occur with check this out, guys. This is a well-built steel footstool. And wait till we get home and I show you what problem that footstool is going to solve for me. You'll laugh. My problem that I've had for the whole time I've had the, pretty much the whole time I've had the trailer. And a little spoiler alert, don't guess it's that I have to stand on it to reach something. That's not it. It's something different. But I will show you when I get back, and I'm going to do it as part of this video. Oh, and I want to put this back because I know you all like seeing the driving. And again, let me just remind you that you are free to stop watching videos if it's boring. Don't watch it if it gets boring. I don't want you to be bored by my stuff. Because this is going to be like an hour video, running a few errands. So, anyway, here we go. Okay, I need to see. Oh, this is plugged into nothing. That's why its battery's not charging. We were going to run out of battery there, my friends. And there the charging goes on. So we're good. All right. So I got to be careful here because I got all sorts of glare on my rear. My giant screen for the backup camera is working, but there's sun on it, so I can't see squat. But I think we're clear. Now the sun's off it, and I am clear. Turn on the headlights, and we're going to head home. What do you think, Dottie? We're going to head back to camp. And, you know, it's funny. I usually stay places for an extended period of time, Pahrump, Eagle Nest, New Mexico, and here. And when I arrive for my stretch, I reprogram my GPS, my Garmin GPS. I reprogram home to, where I'm camping or where my camp is. And I always refer to it as home. Isn't that funny? So we're headed home. Not that I need GPS to get there, but if I did, I'd just press the home button. Boop. Let it route me. I've mentioned a couple of times that GPS, like to get me back to camp, I know the GPS coordinates. It would not give me accurate turn-by-turn instructions on how to get there, because the GPS map doesn't know about the little ad hoc roads that run through the washes and go into where I'm camped. And a couple of people have come back and said, well, it's worked for me. It works for me every year. Well, I think it depends on what map you have and where you are in relation to maybe the main road and what LTVA you're talking about. So what I was trying to warn people of is that if you have a pin where you know your camp is and there are no turn-by-turn instructions and you just make as the crow flies direct to that spot, you can get into trouble with obstacles like going through washes that your vehicle and or rig can't make it through safely. That's all I was saying. I know there's a program called X Off Road that has like all the off-road trails that are around here, and it may consider those pathways in the LTVA off-road trails. I don't know. I'll check it out. I just thought of that just now, and I think I downloaded that app, and I'll take a look, see if it does. So it's 3:03. We've burned up the day, Dottie. Doesn't seem possible, because you think, what are you talking about, Rob? It's 3 o'clock. The day's not almost over. Well, dark will come about 5:45. So yeah, about 2 hours and 45 minutes it'll be dark. The sign I just saw, and you probably went too fast for you to read it, but it's a billboard that says, "This is a sign that you shouldn't drive high," which is a play on words, right? And I think it's kind of funny. And my first thought was, well, people that drive high aren't going to think that's funny. And then I thought, people that are high think everything's funny. So it's a funny play on words. It's probably not a very funny topic, though. And believe it or not, we are already here. Already at La Posa South. What do you think about that, Dottie? Dottie's thinking about what is that hot beef I've been smelling ever since you got back in the car. I want to know about that, and I want to know how much is mine and when the dividends are going to pay. When am I going to get some? That's what Dottie wants. Don't worry, Dottie. And anyone else, there are no onions in there. Here we are at the office here. They're off, closed. This particular office is closed Wednesday and Thursday, so they're closed today. But there are four of them, one for each LTVA, and you can buy a permit in any one of them. And the way you tell if they're open is if the American flag is up on the pole, they're open. If it's down, they're closed. We're going to make it right in here. This is right where the Blue Boy dump station is, which I have to do probably Saturday. It's getting close. You're not familiar with the signs that your tank's getting full, is that when you flush the toilet, there's some sort of vacuum noises that it starts making that's unusual, and it's telling you we're getting close to the top of the tank, my friend. Getting close. And my black tank I fill in 2 weeks, and you'd say, well, I'm just a single guy. That's 25 gallons. That's a lot, don't you think? And actually, it's because since day one, the day I got my first RV, a lady in a RV shop that was very experienced gave me a piece of advice that I never forgot. She said, do not, when you do solids in your RV toilet, you want to almost fill that bowl with water, because what people do is they skimp on the water thinking they're gonna have to dump less. And if you don't have plenty of water, then solids build up, and there's smells develop that are unpleasant, as you can imagine, and things harden, and all sorts of terrible problems happen that can cost a lot. And all of that can be avoided by using plenty of water. And she used to say, hold your foot down and count to 12. That's a lot of water. And I've been doing it ever since. I've never had a single problem like that with any black tank I've ever had, because you use lots of water. I mean, we're gonna go. You want to go when someone's walking right by where you're driving. You want to go super slow. You don't want to be kicking up especially if you look down on the road. There's a lot of fine, almost fine powder that can kick up at extremely low speed. So going by her, we've cleared her about 2 to 3 miles an hour is a good respectful speed going by a pedestrian like that. You can see this van in front of us. He's hardly going at all, and you can see the cloud of dust coming up behind him. It's not too bad. It's not going to harm anybody. It's not going to inconvenience anybody near to where he's going. That's pretty minor. It's when you get the big billowing clouds, and you go by a couple trying to enjoy the day sitting outside their rig, and you cover them with the cloud dust. That's really poor etiquette. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy dog. Hello, buddy. You're a good boy. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do when I pull up here is I'm going to show you what that that stool is for. All right, Dottie, you just got to give me a minute, okay? You're going to give me a minute, Dottie. What are you doing, you crazy little dog? Okay, go, go. All right. Okay. Well, this lens can go back into the carrier, and we'll take care of that later. We need the stool because I'm going to show you what the stool was bought for. And this little thing. Oh, that little thing is, hey, pretty good. So here is the problem. No problem here, right? Recliner goes back, perfect view of the television and everything. Sorry, that was the drawer slamming. But if I want to sit up straight, see, the slide is a good foot from the floor. So it's pretty uncomfortable. So I decided, well, I guess I can never sit up. I always have to lean back. And there's no solution for that. Except there's this new invention called, hang on, the footstool. The footstool. I can now sit up and I'm perfectly fine. I can sit up straight. My feet are on something and I'm perfectly comfortable. And even if I wanted to raise it, it'll go up even higher if I want. But this is a pretty good height for me. My problems are solved. All right. Let's get this bad boy over here. We'll flip that around. And here I am. I know that was a long video, but we did a lot of stuff together today. And I showed you that these things happen where I have this problem and I don't see a solution. I'm an educated man and I didn't know about footstools. Anyway, just one day it just dawned on me, holy crap, I can buy a footstool and it'll solve that problem. I can sit like this straight up and I can eat my meal. And guess what else I bought that's being delivered Saturday? A little tray that will go over here so I can have my food. I won't have to have my food in my lap. A food tray. That's a novel concept too, isn't it? Well, I just love having you come with me. watching these crazy videos. You know, I do these things alone, and it doesn't feel like I'm alone. It feels like I've got friends with me, and that's you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. See you tomorrow.